I'm the self-improvement guy, and today we're reacting to 7 lessons men learn too late in life might hurt your feelings. This will be interesting. It got 2.7 million views, and just so you know, I'm not just gonna sit here and blindly stare into the screen. Like, I'm gonna speak quite a bit, and I'm gonna try to add some value, right? And I'm mostly just gonna check out if, I agree with it and say why, and then I'll try to only spread positive vibes, because we don't need negative things. I'm not gonna hate, and if I do, please let me know. And FarFromWeak, if you don't want me to react, just let me know. But I think we should just go for it. Honestly, I'm kind of excited.
Wake up to reality. There are things men don't realize until it's too late, and all you're left with is regret.
And also, like, I'm gonna stop being a lot, so you just know, right? And of course, I'm not that old, so it's hard for me to have many life lessons, but I'm gonna try to use like the rational mind to see if it just makes sense, and then I'm gonna think about cool things, but you'll see. Anyways.
Lies until it's too late, and all you're left with is regret.
That's not
There's
ideal.
a saying that goes, dead people receive more flowers than the living ones, because regret is stronger than gratitude.
I probably wouldn't say that's the reason. I don't know. I got 2 thoughts. The first one is that it's kind of like, unfortunately, most of us, we don't really realize how good this thing is that we have until we lose it. And like, if a really good friend of ours dies, for example, then we realize how good they were. And then we become sad, and then, we give them some flowers, and then we become really grateful for the thing. And it also, maybe this is just me, but it feels like in the culture, it's kind of not embedded to like share gratitude. Like, it's something we don't really do. Maybe we do it like once, twice a year, but it's not something we do regularly. I'm not exactly sure why, and it just feels weird sometimes when we say good things about each other. I don't know why. You probably shouldn't. Like, wouldn't it make more sense that it feels weird or like bad to like feel weird when you say bad things about people instead of when you say good things? I guess it's just about what you're used to, right? And we don't really... What did he even say?
More flowers than the living ones, because regret is stronger than gratitude.
Regret is stronger than gratitude. I mean, I think that could be correct, but I'm not sure if that's the reason why they like get less flowers. Hopefully that made sense.
That is true. Regret is one of the strongest emotions, and that should never be underestimated.
Probably. But I don't know, I try... Sometimes regret like tries to sneak in on me, but I try to not feel it, because I try to live my life by I try to do the thing that is most beneficial to me and use that as, a mind frame to look at life. And I don't really see, for the most part, how regret can, how it makes my life better. I guess if I can realize that, this thing that happened was really nice, I should have done this or that, then I can take that lesson and then apply it in the future. That's really good. But I don't see how me regretting something makes my life better. It feels more like it can stop me from living. So, of course the rational mind doesn't always win, but if I have good enough of a rational argument, I think it actually helps. But yeah, I try not to regret things, because why? I don't see how that's gonna make my life better, basically.
Let us discuss 7 things other men regret, so you don't have to make these mistakes.
Yeah, maybe.
Make sure you stick around until the end, because the last one might just be the most important.
Of course.
Number 1, letting other people
Gotta get that view type of
kill your dreams. Important. Number 1, letting other people kill your dreams.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Imagine letting your dreams die because of other people's judgment.
Yeah.
That is what happens to most people. More often than not, these other people will not be relevant anymore in your life 10 years from now. This means...
Yeah, I don't know, I guess the reason probably why other people, like why their words have such a great impact on us, is probably because we're tribe animals, and if you go back, then it's necessary for our survival to fit into the tribe, right? But if you have not the most ideal people around you, then it's kind of sad how much impact they have. And honestly, I don't have the best solution for this. I've kind of just tried to spend less time with those people, and my hope and my belief is that as I grow and become better, then, and of course I have to meet new people, but as I grow and become better, then the people that I want to be with will want to be with me too, because I'm one of those people. But if you're like really negative and find the right person, then they're probably not gonna want to be with you. Yeah, but letting other people kill your dreams, it happens too much, man. Yeah, it happens too much.
You didn't pursue your dreams for people in years from now. This means you didn't pursue your dreams for people that weren't going to be in your life.
Yeah, it's like also the people that will kill your dreams, they're not the people you want to be with, because a person that is a real G wouldn't destroy your dream. I mean, a person that's a real G, in my opinion, wants what's best for you. And what's best for you is probably you like pursuing something and trying to like build something better. So instead of saying that you can't do it, they'd probably just say, yeah, you need to do this, like become better at this or whatever, right? Yeah, it's like we have so many problems in our lives because we spend time with people that haven't put in the time to like make themselves better, and that also probably doesn't want the best for us, because like we can only care like that much about so many people. I think that might be a limiting belief, but it's like we can only put so much time into so many people, because we only have 24 hours a day and we don't live forever. So yeah.
If your dreams for people that weren't going to be in your life, if you have any people in your life that don't support your dreams and goals, you have to cut them off.
Yeah,
don't
totally.
even let your close family laugh at your dream.
Yeah, the way I'm trying to handle it, which probably isn't the best way to do it, is I kind of just don't talk it with those people, because it's like I've kind of done it before, and you get a feel real quick for like the kind of vibe that's around it. And when they just start hating on shit, I'm just like, I don't want to be in this conversation, so I try to just stay quiet and end it. It's like it's not gonna make your life better by engaging in conversations where people shit on your dreams, or maybe it's gonna serve as fuel or something.
Be ruthless with this, as you are the one that is responsible for your future.
Yeah.
Ask yourself this: if you didn't know anyone, what risk would you take? What would you do differently if there was no one that was going to judge you?
Damn, that's a deep question. Probably some YouTube things or something, I don't know. But let's just continue.
What would you do differently if there was no one that was going to judge you? Maybe you would start a YouTube channel or start a business. The regret people feel when they realize they didn't take action because of other people will be unbearable. Number 2, standing up against bullies. We all get introduced to bullies in school, but the reality is that bullies appear in all stages of life. Bullying
in different
happens
ways.
everywhere. It can happen at your job or even within your family. One of the biggest regrets humans can face is not standing up to bullies.
I wonder what kind of bullies he's thinking about, because I'm thinking about, things that are similar to people like shitting on your dreams. Basically, as people being negative in overall like life. That's what I'm thinking about. And then just letting them like be negative around you. And I might be doing that a bit too much. But I'm starting to I'm not spending that much time with those people right now. but as I'm getting to know them better, I'm starting to like be more and more like, let's try to not speak about how shit the world is or whatever. I try to not go into those areas because maybe I'm just avoiding life, but it's like, if I can choose between speaking about, you know, I love like going and hiking, whatever, or just speak bad about other people, then it's a no-brainer for me.
One of the biggest regrets humans can face is not standing up to bullies. We all know that bullies only pick people that they consider to be weaker than them.
Yeah, and the sad part is that the bullies, they kind of messed up in the head. Because obviously, why would you bully someone if everything in your life is like going well? Yeah, but there's a lot of broken people in this world. Which maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to, you know, impact a little bit in the positive direction with these videos. But I'm not 100% sure. It's worth a try at least, I think.
Do not only pick people that they consider to be weaker than them. Do not tolerate bullying. If someone tries to bully you, know that he considers you a weakling. You must make him pay for this. Be ruthless with bullies, as the only way to stop a bully is by showing strength. In the animal kingdom, there is a small animal that never gets bullied, the honey badger. This animal is very small, yet they do not allow stronger animals to bully them, and they don't let themselves become prey. They will fight until the end if they have to. These small animals are so fierce that even a hungry lion would rather look for another prey than having to fight such a ferocious opponent. For the honey badger, it does not matter if there is a bear or even a lion pride. No matter how big and strong the opponent, if they don't let the honey badger walk off, he will bite their nose off or gouge out their...
Like the thing I'm thinking about is if he's, or like FarFromWeak, if he's saying that you should be physical, and I'm thinking about whether that's like necessary or not. I mean, at some point it probably is, but maybe not all the time. But I don't know, I don't think I have enough knowledge in this area to speak really well about it.
No one wants to mess with someone that will fight into its last breath.
Yeah, that's
Adopt
true
the
though.
mentality of the honey badger.
If you're not like super hungry and like on the brink of death, then you're probably like gonna
Make
do
the
it.
person
but
that is trying to bully you
it makes sense.
experience hell, and you will not get bullied again. Number 3, wasting
Probably
your
good
prime
advice, too.
years. Wasting your prime is the biggest mistake a man can make.
That's pretty subjective though, wasting.
We all peak and have our prime years. The years where it feels like the mental matches.
But it's like, how do you even know if you're wasting your prime years whenever you think those years are? Because maybe when you're in those years, you're doing something which you believe like is right and the best use of your time. But then like 5-10 years later, you realize that that wasn't the right way for you to spend that time. And it's also like we all have different priorities in life, and from my knowledge, I wouldn't say that there is a one right way to live. I think there's a lot of different ways you can do it. So I don't know, I guess the best you can do is try to not waste it and try to spend it as good as possible, and then be content that yeah, I might find this to have not been the best use of my time in the future, but accept that, you know, you did everything you could, and if you do that, then, you know, sure. But if you just don't like think about it or don't care, and you're like don't try to be strategic in how you spend your time, then that probably wouldn't be ideal.
Have our prime years. The years where it feels like the mental matches the physical. It can feel like the world lays at your fingertips during these years. Believe it or not, most men never truly get to experience these prime years. Aim to become a beast fit.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, some of the reasons I can think about on the top of my head is because most people don't really take care of themselves well enough. And by that I mean like, especially physically, because I think that one's just easier. And by that I mean like eating things that aren't that bad, or at least, you know, like making sure you get good food in your system and stuff, and just take care of yourself, and then, you know, work out and things. And, you know, it's pretty simple. And, you know, sleep. Yeah, that's a big that's a big one. The thing is that when you don't sleep a lot for like a longer time, then your body gets used to that like lower level of existence. So it's kind of like you believe that, you know, I'm fine with sleeping like whatever it is, like 6 hours or 5 or whatever, maybe even 7. I'm not 100% sure exactly how much you should sleep, but when you sleep less than you need, you get used to that, which is pretty sad, because then it's like, I don't know, maybe you just accept that you're like all of these flaws in your life that aren't supposed to be there, like having less energy and just functioning at a lesser level in life. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go into the mental aspect. It's way more complicated. I'll do it some other time. My bad.
Truly get to experience these prime years. Aim to become a beast physically and mentally during your younger years.
As one of my 5 goals, like, that I'm reaching for in life. I don't know exactly how I phrased it, but it's basically like pushing myself and becoming the best possible, like physically and mentally, I can become. That's a pretty nice goal, because it's like you can always reach new heights. But at the same time, with like goals in life, like you'll always be able to like reach higher, but then you have to find a balance, in a sense, by enjoying the now, or like being present. Doesn't mean you shouldn't reach higher, or that you shouldn't, but enjoying the now is like, it's the only thing you have now, so you should probably enjoy it. Doesn't mean you should do things that are bad for you. I mean, there's a bunch of different ways you can get emotion of enjoyment, and the way I get enjoyment is probably very different from other people, because I probably live my life pretty differently from most people. But yeah.
So you can become a beast physically and mentally during your younger years. So you can face challenges and look back proudly later in life. You have incredible potential. Do not waste it. Number 4.
You have incredible potential. Do not waste it. Why? I mean, maybe this is just one of my... it feels like that is just one of the things we say, especially in this niche, right? The self-improvement niche, that you have incredible potential, do not waste it. I haven't like explored this question, whatever, 100%. I haven't found 100% like of an answer. But when I ask why, I can't really find a good answer. You know, why should I try to explore my fullest potential? I guess you kind of ask yourself, will I live a better life by my standards if I go after my, like, try to reach my full potential? Like, will I live a better life then, or will I live a better life while not doing that? And I think for me, it's gotta be reaching that full potential, because I think there's so much growth in it, and I think by trying to reach that, it's like, I don't know, I just think I'll become a better person, and I think that life will be more fulfilling than other one. I don't know, it's like right now in my life, I don't really know exactly what metric I should base it all on, because I'm not 100% sure that, you know, a lot of people say that the meaning of life is like happiness, but I'm not really sure about that whole thing. I guess you'll probably live a better life if you're happy, but I don't really know if that's the metric I want to go for. But it's like, maybe if you're not going for the thing that's like truly like your deepest like wish or whatever, maybe then you can't truly be happy. So maybe it's about living a life where you're trying to get true happiness, which can only come when you're like engaging in the thing that's like the most meaningful in your life. And maybe you haven't found that thing yet. And I listened to this, I watched this Netflix thing where a therapist talked about, 3 things you can do if, you haven't found what you want to do with your life. And it was like a pyramid, and the bottom one was, becoming like working on your physical like things. So, working out, eating right, sleeping right, like maybe do some meditation or like some breathing exercises, and like taking care of your holy temple, right, aka your body. And like work on that. And then on the second level was like relationships. So like making sure you have good relationships with your friends and invest in those, right? And then the top one was developing a better relationship with yourself. And basically what he said you should do, which is basically the thing you have to take away with you, right, is like writing for like maybe 10 minutes or whatever. Maybe in the beginning you start off with like 30 seconds like I did before when I started out, and then you can go up and write for longer and just write whatever comes to mind. Like maybe if you think about like what you want to do with your life or something, then writing about that, then maybe you'll have like nothing in the beginning, but then maybe your brain throws a few suggestions your way, and maybe you're like nah, oh maybe I should give this a try. And then you try, and then maybe you found out like it wasn't it. It's like it's not the right thing for me to spend the most time doing or whatever. And then you continue, right? And I guess maybe it's like you're not trying to find like the one thing that you should do. I think it said he was more talking about it. I don't know if he was doing it or like I got this idea in my head. I've heard it somewhere. That is like, it's almost like you find different things that you're really passionate about. Then you do them for a while, and then you cannot finish them or something, or like you get to a point where it's not really as fulfilling anymore, and then you stop doing that, and then there's a bit of a time in between where you don't really know what to do. And I guess during that time this yearning could be really good, because then I haven't fully figured out this whole like area, but I think it could be a good way to like think about what you want to do, and it's a good way to get ideas. Because if you just go about your daily life and not set aside time for like where you could figure this thing out, then you probably not figure it out, because you're like doing so many other things the whole other day. So it's like your brain doesn't really have time to figure out what you should do next. And then maybe you become anxious because you don't have anything, like you don't know what you want to do. And yeah, that's not ideal. But yeah, unfortunately I haven't fully figured out things here in my head, but I think that could be some value.
Letting opportunities slip. Do not waste it.
Let's go for
Number four.
Number 4.
Letting opportunities slip by. It's common sense to make the most of your opportunities and advantages, or you think it would be. Most people
we're letting opportunities slip by all of the time, but it's like, I think the opportunities he's speaking about is the times, we don't always realize that there's opportunity. But like when we realize that, oh yeah, we could do this thing, and it's like something that we believe would bring us toward a better life, and then we don't do it because of whatever reason. I think it's those opportunities he's speaking about, or at least it's like, I don't see how it will benefit me to regret an opportunity that I didn't even see. And maybe some regret will try to creep in, but I'm gonna try to keep it out, because I'm like, you're not gonna make my life better.
Let opportunities advantages, or you think it would be. Most people let opportunities slip by every single day. You need to take advantage of the opportunities presented to you. We live in the absolute best time to become successful.
Yeah,
the
that's
world
definitely
is
true.
ripe with so much opportunity. It's
True.
almost unbelievable.
Definitely.
With the internet, you can start an online business and work from wherever you want.
True.
If you're willing to grind and just never give up, you can earn your freedom. Take advantage of all
I
your
hope that's true. That's what I believe, at least.
opportunities in life to get ahead of other people. Number 5.
Wait.
In life can earn your freedom. Take advantage of all your opportunities in life to get ahead of other people.
I wouldn't really say that's the reason you should do it. Because then you're basically measuring your life against other people, and I don't really see how that will make your life any better. It's like maybe you believe it will, maybe you'll find some satisfaction from it, but it's like never a fair comparison, because everyone lives so different like lives, like our genes are different, our experiences are different, like this way we see the world is different. So like the only really fair comparison to compare yourself with, I know it might sound cliche, but it's like it's you, and you know, then it becomes the you of the past. I guess I kind of just don't want to subscribe to the idea that I should try to become something because then I'll become better than others, instead of just becoming it because then I'll become a better version of myself. I also think that when I become a better version of myself, which we do like a lot of the time, if we're like working at it and like putting in effort and everything, like, then I'll probably get that thing which I'm searching for. That's not the best way to say it, but right now my belief is just that trying to become better than others, it's like you're giving away the power of your, whatever you measure how good your life is, you're giving away that power to others because you're basing it on them instead of just basing it on yourself. That was a decent way to say it, at least.
Number 5. Not understanding female nature. No matter if you are young
Of course it had to come.
or old, every man should know that the wrong relationship can take away a big chunk of his life and
So
his
true.
purpose.
So
As
true.
a man, you should be very picky when
That relationship is like the probably, and it's at least top few relationships you'll have in your life, and you're basically letting another person affect very deep parts of you. And if you choose the wrong person, then your life will probably reflect that in a not so good way. But if you manage to find a really good one, then I believe at least that will make your life just so much better. Probably a lot better than you could have like lived by yourself. I think it's like something with that just lies in human nature. I might be wrong though, but I think that could make sense.
choosing to commit to a purpose. As a man, you should be very picky when choosing to commit to a relationship.
And that's why you and like if I'm gonna be picky, then I need to make sure that I'll level up like high, because like if I'm gonna be picky, like choosing someone, if I want someone that's really good, then I need to be in like the same category or whatever.
Most guys are not careful when choosing a girl and only judge the girl by her looks. This often leads to a bad.
It's like even if you try to not do that, then if a lot of time passes by, then it's like easy to get impatient and just be like it can take a very long time to find someone, especially if you have like a long way to grow yourself. And you also kind of have to base the knowledge that maybe you won't be on this like earth or whatever like for as long as you believe in. So like for example, I might die, like a plane might come crashing down tomorrow, right? And I have to balance that knowledge. I have to balance the possibility of me dying now and in a long time, and ultimately just be okay with the decision I make. And personally, I'd rather live a life where I aim to live like a long one than a short one. And if I know that choosing the right person to be with, like choosing a good one compared to a bad one, like the gap is, from my speculation, massive, I'm willing to be a bit patient, if we say it like that, right?
Girl, and only judge the girl by her looks. This often leads to a bad relationship. Many men have suffered from a bad marriage, and some even say it ruined their life.
Yeah,
I always
definitely.
advise young
Makes sense, because you're letting them like affect deep parts of you, like I said before.
Men to work on themselves and learn about future life. I always advise young men to work on themselves and learn about female nature first before even thinking about committing to a girl. Your purpose should always come first, and your girl has to support it. I cannot emphasize it enough. Learn.
I guess, yeah, that's very true, but it's also like you also have to support what they want to do with their life. So yeah, I agree with what he's saying, but I think it's like a two-way street. Maybe that doesn't make sense in like reality, but yeah, I think it could make sense. Yeah.
About female nature, I cannot emphasize it enough. Learn about female nature, otherwise you will only get hurt and waste your time. Number 6, not enjoying.
Yeah, but it's also like if you like develop yourself and become a much better person, like if you become a much better person, I know it's a bit broad, but I think if you level up a lot mentally and are just conscious when like meeting the girl or whatever, then I think you'll be able to see like what kind of person they are. Of course, in the beginning, you know, we probably have a few walls, but just try to not get it swept away, I guess.
Hurt and waste your time.
In emotions.
Number 6, not enjoying life. As said before, you shouldn't waste your prime, nor should you let opportunities slip by. However, you also have to take moments to enjoy life. This could be as simple as walking outside and breathing fresh air, or
walking outside and breathing fresh air is also a good way to renovate yourself so you can work better, like when you're doing whatever you're doing. And I guess the most ideal way to find enjoyment, from my speculation, is finding it in your purpose and like in what you're doing day to day. So instead of just working 5 days and not really enjoying it, work more and enjoy it, I guess.
Taking a moment to work could be as simple as walking outside and breathing fresh air, or taking a moment to appreciate all the good things you have in your life.
Nice.
Social media often gives a false image of life. Everyone is always happy and more successful on Instagram. Everyone seems to be doing better than you and to have a better life. This is a false reality. If you compare yourself to others who only show the best things on Instagram, you will feel
if you're comparing yourself, like your whole self, to another best version, then of course you're not gonna measure up or whatever. Maybe your best is comparable to their best, but it's like that's not what you're doing, because always when we're comparing, like when I'm comparing with others, I like get my whole full self, but I don't get their whole full self because I'm not them. So that's kind of why the only real person that it makes sense to compare yourself against is yourself. And it's like, it's the best way as well, because even if you're down in the gutter, right, you can see that me today is better than me yesterday, even if me today is like sleeping 3.5 hours instead of like three hours or whatever, or 3 hours and 25 minutes, then it's like I'm still better, I'm making progress, I'm becoming better. And if you continue like that, you lead to a much better life. It's a pretty good thing to measure, I guess.
Miserable. Who only show the best things on Instagram, you will feel miserable. Sometimes you have to shut down your social media and be in the moment. Be grateful for what you have and simply enjoy life.
Yeah, it's like I try to not let too many people affect like deep parts of my life, even if it's just on social media. Honestly, I don't really enjoy watching things where they're just shitting on people, because I don't think that brings in the energy that I want to affect my life. So sometimes I'm just, I might be doing something on my phone, maybe I'm reading something, but it's also like I've spent a lot of time by myself and I've developed like a pretty good relationship with myself. Of course it's not perfect, I'm not perfect by no means, but I'm very grateful for the fact that I have a good relationship with myself. And hopefully, if you don't have that right now, over time, as you watch me and other people you'll get some ideas about how you can do it yourself. And just know that it's not gonna take like one day, it's gonna take a while. It's like if you live a life right now that you don't enjoy, how can you better spend your time than trying to like live a life that will lead to you living a life that you will enjoy? Even if that means you doing things right now that you don't enjoy, if you already don't like enjoy your life, then what does it matter if you like start exercising whatever and you really hate it? Like if you know that will lead to a better life, which for your information, that will definitely be the case, and after a while you'll start enjoying it as well. I think that's like one of the keys. It's like doing things that will lead to you living a better life, and then like learning to enjoy doing those things. For example, working out. In the beginning you don't like it, but then when you enjoy working out, then it's like, is there anything that's better? Yeah, it's like we've learned to enjoy so many things that are bad for us. Why don't we spend energy trying to learn to enjoy things that are good for us, if the enjoyment will be the same anyways in the end? But of course there's like a hurdle we have to get over before that.
Be grateful for what you have and simply enjoy life. You could have been born without eyesight or without the ability to speak.
True.
You also could have not been born at all. Number 7, not forgiving people. The most painful thing isn't a cut or a broken nose. The most painful thing is seeing the person you made the best memories with turn into a memory. Listen to that again. The most painful thing is seeing the person you made the best memories with turn into...
I'm not sure if it's the most painful, but right now I'm not really getting any thoughts about what's more painful. For some reason it doesn't sound right. Maybe it's some limiting belief I have in my mind. Maybe, but maybe not. Maybe it's how it's supposed to be or whatever.
To a memory. Can you imagine the pain and regret of holding a grudge against someone only to realize it wasn't a big deal when they pass away?
Oh, that's deep. That's deep, definitely. Yeah. I'm kind of a bit lost on this point in my head, honestly. I guess I just have to ask myself, like in those situations, if this person made a mistake in front of me, will it lead to a better life if I forgive them or if I don't forgive them? And then I'm real honest with myself, and maybe I spend like 3 days thinking about it. Maybe not 3 full days, but like 3 days. I can think about it for a while, first day, and then the second day, and then the next day, to hopefully make it more rational and not just emotional, because sometimes we're a bit emotional, we might not make the best decisions long term, right? But 3 days will probably lead to better, more accurate decision. So yeah, maybe it's just me, but sometimes if the person doesn't make our life better anyways, why should we forgive? I guess we should forgive them, because otherwise it's just weight, like it's like weight dragging us down. But that doesn't mean that we should spend more time with them, I guess.
It takes a strong person to say, I'm sorry, and an even stronger person to forgive. We all have different backgrounds, and we all make mistakes. That is what makes us human. Learn how to own up to your mistakes, and how to forgive others for their mistakes. Forgive more, free yourself.
Yeah, that's very respectable. When you realize you made a mistake, to genuinely give an apology or whatever, or like do something about it, right? Yeah.
Yourself from the grudges for their mistakes. Forgive more, free yourself from the grudges, and enjoy happiness instead of wasting it. By the way, if you want to level up in life, instead.
Yeah, I guess if you're living with grudges in your heart, whatever, then that takes up space that could instead be something like a positive emotion or whatever that could make your life better. Yeah, we always comes down to the same thing, and I think it's a pretty good way to see things right now. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. Let me know.
Of wasting it. By the way, if you want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button.
I knew it was coming.
Until next time.
on me and this guy. Honestly, this video, I'll give it a like. But the one we did yesterday was better, in my opinion. And let me know if you want me to do reactions on any videos like these. Ideally some self-improvement things, because I think that would be best. And if it's cool, I'll check it out. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe. But I guess, peace.